What is INSAT raw score versus scaled score? Imagine taking a test and wondering how your answers translate into a score that really shows your abilities. That's where understanding the difference between a raw score and a scaled score comes in. When you finish the SAT, your raw score is the simple count of how many questions you answered correctly in each section. For example, if you get 50 questions right out of 75 on the math part, your raw score for that section is 50. It's just a straightforward tally, with no penalties for wrong answers or questions left blank. This raw score shows your initial performance but doesn't tell the whole story. Now the scaled score is a little more complex. It's a number from 100 to 100 for each section, and it's based on your raw score but adjusted through a process called equating. Equating makes sure that scores are fair across different test versions, even if some tests are harder than others. So, if two students both answer 50 questions correctly, but one took a slightly tougher test, their scaled scores might differ slightly. The scaled score helps colleges compare scores fairly, no matter when or which test you took. In practical terms, your raw score is like the raw material, how many questions you got right. The scaled score is the finished product, showing your performance relative to other test takers and test difficulty. This means that knowing your raw score helps you understand how many questions you need to answer correctly to reach your target scaled score. Since there is no penalty for guessing, it's smart to answer every question, even if you're unsure. Colleges relying on scaled scores because they provide a consistent way to compare students from different test dates. Your raw score is important for understanding your initial performance, but your scaled score is what actually gets reported and used for admissions. It's a way to make sure everyone is judged fairly, regardless of the test version they sat for. So remember, raw score is just the number of questions you got right, while scaled score is the adjusted number that accounts for test difficulty. Both are important, but the scaled score is what really matters when it comes to college applications. Understanding this difference can help you plan your study goals and approach the test with confidence.